Good evening, Sports Card Forum. For those of you who do not know me, I am Scott Cos20. It is the 15th of March 2006, around 25 after 9 p.m. on the East Coast. I want to take a few minutes to let you guys know a few things that are going on with the site and really just give you kind of an idea where we're going to be heading over the next few months. I had wanted to do a town hall. That town hall probably won't happen until April at this point. It'll be a Saturday or a Sunday. Look for something in the announcements forum on when that's going to be. Before I get into some of the more fun stuff, I do want to talk about some of the stuff that was an issue. Those items are fixed. Long story short, there was an issue that we had with some software on the background and the back end server side. I wanted to get those pieces remedied and fixed. In doing that, it did cause some of the things you guys were seeing on the site over the last couple of weeks, where you weren't able to search and the databases were flaking out periodically. Those issues do seem to be solved at this point. It is something that I'm hoping that won't crop back up, but we're going to look at doing some changes, and there's going to be some changes to the site that's going to hopefully remedy some of those things as we go through 2016. A couple things you're going to notice from a change standpoint. Some things you're going to notice. Some things are going to be very subtle. They're going to be more in the background. So one of the things that I am looking at the colors and changing the colors around, and potentially even looking at changing the layout a little bit to mix things up. Layout hasn't changed in several years, so there's some things I want to take a look at. What I don't want to do is I don't want to just make change for the sake of change. I want to make sure that I understand the risks and make sure I look at everything before we really go any further, before we go forward with it. So those are things to keep in mind. If you have suggestions on things that you want to say or see, go ahead and post it. Go ahead and post in the thread where this video sits. The next piece I do want to get into some of the more fun stuff. Next month, April 8, 9, and 10, I will be at Expo in Toronto. Table number, I'll know that when I get back from my vacation. I'm actually going to be heading out on vacation that tomorrow. Tomorrow. I don't even know what day it is anymore. So I'll be gone for about a week or so. I'll be periodically checking in. I'll talk about that in a few moments. But I'll be at Expo. I'll know what booth. Planning on doing some fun things at Expo. Working with our partner CanadianCards.ca on different breaks. So look for that fairly soon. The next piece I do want to mention is our partner, Two Brothers Sports Cards. They have a pretty nice offer for SCF members at this point. 15% off of anything within their store. Free shipping if you purchase $30 or more inside of their store. And the cards that they have there's some really good finds if you're willing to dig, if you're willing to fill your sets, if you're looking to start a PC, player PC. They've got pretty much everything there is under the sun that's current. They are working on getting some of their older inventory set up into their store as well. They're fairly new, and start looking out for those guys. I know in talking with Todd over at Two Brothers Sports Cards, they are planning on running a Facebook contest fairly soon. Information will be posted on that. They've got something up their sleeve, I will say that. But once I will let Todd and his crew make the announcement on that. It's going to be a Facebook contest that will be from two brothers. So again, something to take a look at, something to keep in mind. As it relates to card cash, and there's a couple things I want to make mention of the card cash. Some of you have noticed that every member on SCF now is getting a card cash payout for simply posting, starting threads, being active on the site. You have a number of different ways of earning card cash. And one of the things I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start doing some different things with card cash for you to get involved with different, whether it's our group breakers, whether it's providing a certificate or a different coupon code. We'll look at doing a whole bunch of different things with that. Again, nothing's concrete with any of our partners right now. I'm going to be starting those conversations, reaching out to those guys and seeing what can we do. But one of the things I do want to share with you is that right now there's a number of VIP auctions, and one of the things I'm going to do later this month is I'm actually going to do an auction that is open to everybody. A card cash auction is open to not only just the VIPs, but it is also open to the general members that are not VIPs as well. So it is something you do have the ability, everybody will have the ability to take advantage of. In addition to that, I also plan on adding a couple cards right out of my own collection into the card cash store. Now, when I add these cards in, there will be a very, 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 very high card cash number associated with it. Higher than Don Ice Age, who has the most card cash. It's something, because everybody has the ability of earning card cash by being active, by posting, by uploading images into our inventory manager that we don't currently have, by being involved in our contest, whether it's guess the final price, whether it's guess the score, streak for the card cash. There's a number of different ways that you can earn card cash on the site. So these cards that are going to be put in at some point, effectively you could end up getting for just your time. There's no money involved in it. All right. The one card that will absolutely go in is this one right here. Wayne Gretzky autograph renditions from the Cup. That is 14-15 the Cup signature renditions. That's Wayne Gretzky. And another one is my Sandy Koufax auto, 23/66. Those will go in. There may be some others that are going to go in. These are in my personal collection. However, I am willing to let these go. One, if anybody earns enough card cash in order to get them. And that's, again, just be active on the site, start earning card cash. You could end up getting a pretty nice item for your collection. With that said, what I'm going to do is, at some point, like I mentioned, start to look out for notices for the town hall. It's going to be sometime in April, probably be after Expo. We'll start talking about planning for nationals. I'm finalizing information with Don Ice Age on nationals this year. Potentially a cool event around nationals. Haven't figured out what that's going to be yet. Depending on how, being that Atlantic City is about an hour or so away from Philadelphia, I haven't taken a look at the Phillies schedule to see if there's a Phillies game going on at some point during that time. So there's going to be some cool things that we potentially can do from that standpoint as an SCF gathering. The other piece I do want to mention, as I mentioned earlier in the video, is that I will be away. I'll still be checking my email. I'll still be checking messages periodically, but I'm not going to be on the site what some people think is 24/7 over the next week or so. If something major does come up, make sure you do reach out to Roger, Patriots guy. He'll be able to answer most any question. And then last thing that I have in the video itself is if you're interested in becoming an SCF staffer, we do have some need in various areas. If you have any interest, especially if you're interested in other sports, soccer, wrestling, MMA, there's an immediate need there. There's other needs elsewhere within the form itself. So by all means, reach out to myself, reach out to Roger, and we can take it from there and seeing what we can do to get you on board. With that said, I do thank you guys for being members of Sports Card Forum. Make sure you visit our our sponsors in the sponsors marketplace. Two Brother Sports Cards, My STL Sports Cards, Canadian Cards. Both of those My STL Sports Cards and Canadian Cards are SCF group breakers. Mike will break on Monday, Wednesday, Friday normally. Ryan at Canadian Cards is usually Tuesday, Thursday. Again, if there's new releases, they may be on other times than that. Also check out Steel City Sports Cards. When I get back, there will be an area for David Adams Card World. There's going to be some other opportunities for those of you who are eBay sellers to become a part of the SCF marketplace, sponsors marketplace as well. I'll have some more information on that probably in April. If you have any questions, reach out to me. If you have any comments, post it down in the bottom of the thread. And then lastly, have fun. It's spring training. The NHL playoffs are getting ready to start, even though my Sabres are out. The NBA playoffs are coming. And the NFL draft's coming up too. We all know the Cleveland Browns are looking for a quarterback again. Have a good night.